Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. Today, we're going to dive into all things Apple. Lots to cover. We're talking the shiny new iPhone 17s, the M4 MacBooks, and yeah, even some interesting whispers about what might be coming next. Our mission really is to help you cut through all the noise, get you up to speed quickly on what's genuinely new and what actually matters in all this tech news. All right, let's maybe kick things off with the big one, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, from the new look to what sounds like kind of bananas battery life, there's a lot going on here. So that design first, it's different. Apple took a bit of a risk, didn't they? Moving from the usual camera bump to this full-width bar thing they call the plateau.
Yeah, the plateau. It's definitely a statement.
And that cosmic orange color. Woo! Hard to miss.
Definitely stands out.
They also switched materials, right? Back to aluminum from titanium.
That's right. It's lighter, apparently, and way better for heat. Like 20 times more thermally conductive, they say.
Which means better cooling, I guess.
Exactly. Keeps things running fast without overheating. Plus, they rounded the edges a bit more.
Oh, nice. For grip.
Yeah. Feels better in the hand, less slippy. And durability seems like a big focus, too.
Ceramic shield, too. On both sides now.
Yep. Front and back. 3 times better scratch resistance on the display and 4 times more crack resistant on the back. That's a pretty solid upgrade for peace of mind.
Definitely. Makes you feel a bit less nervous about dropping it.
Well, yeah. And what's clever is how that big camera bar, the plateau, isn't just for looks. It actually lets them fit more inside, more components, and crucially, a bigger battery. So form follows function there.
Ah, okay.
And that aluminum body, it's key for keeping that new A19 Pro chip cool. Allows for better sustained performance, which is huge.
Right.
Now, it does make the phone feel a tiny bit thicker, maybe a little heavier than last year's model. You notice it compared to, say, the Galaxy S25 Ultra.
So a bit more substantial.
Yeah, it's a trade-off for the durability and the cooling, I suppose.
Makes sense. Okay, what about that big 6.9-inch OLED display? How does it hold up, especially like outside in the sun? That's always the test, isn't it?
It really is.
This new one is supposed to be super bright. 3,000 nits peak. That sounds insane.
Yeah, the rating is huge. In lab tests, it hit nearly 1,900 nits, which is fantastic.
Wow.
And Apple added an improved anti-reflection layer this time.
Oh, that's actually really useful.
It really is. Makes a big difference in direct sunlight. Much clearer than the 16 Pro Max.
Good.
Interestingly, while it was brighter than the S25 Ultra in those tests, the Pixel 10 Pro XL still managed a slightly higher peak brightness number.
Huh.
And color-wise, it looked great, very vibrant, but technically just a smidge behind some rivals if you're looking at like professional color accuracy charts.
Right.
But it raises that question, you know? What matters more to you as a user, raw numbers on a spec sheet?
Or how it actually looks when you're trying to use it.
Exactly. That anti-reflection layer, that's a real-world win. For most people, seeing the screen clearly outdoors probably beats a slightly higher nit count you won't notice, or a tiny color difference only a pro might spot.
Yeah, totally agree. Practicality wins.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of practical impact, power. The A19 Pro chip. Sounds like a beast.
It really does.
6-core CPU, 6-core GPU, neural accelerators. The works.
Yeah.
And they finally put in a vapor chamber for cooling.
Yep. About time, right? It helps manage the heat from all that power.
And the performance jump is noticeable.
Oh, yeah. Geekbench scores are way up, like 3,871 single-core, nearly 10,000 multi-core for the Pro Max, well ahead of the S25 Ultra.
Wow.
And in real tasks, it chewed through an Adobe Premiere Rush video export in 22 seconds. The S25 Ultra took like 52 seconds.
That's a huge difference.
Massive. And for gamers, it hit almost 47 frames per second on a demanding 3D Mark benchmark. Very smooth.
Thanks.
And that vapor chamber cooling, that's what enables what Apple claims is 40% better sustained performance.
Sustained, meaning it stays fast for longer.
Exactly. When you're doing really heavy stuff like long gaming sessions or editing 4K video or running complex AI tasks, it doesn't slow down as much.
Right, no throttling.
Less throttling, yeah. Our tests showed it maintained performance much better over 40 minutes compared to the S25 Ultra. A big step up even from the 16 Pro Max. Less waiting, more doing, basically.
Love it. And then the battery life. You mentioned a bigger battery. It's good.
It's good?
It's not just good, it's kind of legendary.
Longest iPhone battery life ever, they said.
And they weren't kidding. On the Tom's Guide battery test, the Pro Max lasted 17 hours and 54 minutes.
Whoa, that's huge compared to the 16 Pro Max.
Yeah, the 16 Pro Max was around 14 hours, 17 minutes, and the S25 Ultra was about 14 and a half hours, so yeah.
Yeah,
Big leap.
seriously impressive. What about charging? Faster.
A bit faster, up to 40 watts now. Gets you about 64% charge in 30 minutes.
It's decent. Still not the absolute fastest, though.
Nah, the S25 Ultra is still a bit quicker on the charging front, but 40W is a welcome bump for the iPhone. Okay, so the Pro Max is a beast. But maybe too much beast for some people.
Yeah.
Is there a smaller option?
Absolutely. The iPhone 17 Pro.
Same power, smaller package.
Pretty much all the key upgrades, A19 Pro, vapor chamber, new cameras, just in a more manageable 6.3-inch size.
The price went up though, right?
Yeah, it's $100 more. Starts at $1,099 now. But you get double the storage for that, 256 GB base.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. And battery life on the smaller Pro.
Still good.
Still really impressive, 15 hours and 32 minutes in the same test.
Wow, that's still excellent.
Yeah. Part of that might be because in some places it's eSIM only. No physical SIM tray, frees up a tiny bit more space inside.
Interesting. Okay, let's switch gears to the cameras. Always a huge deal.
Always.
Triple 48 megapixels on the Pro Max now. Even the telephoto.
Yeah. All three rear cameras are 48 MP. The telephoto has a 56% larger sensor too, which helps a lot, especially with zoom. Apple's calling it 8x optical quality zoom.
Okay, optical quality. How does it stack up, like, against the S25 Ultra's crazy zoom? Well, in tests, the iPhone actually showed better detail at 2x zoom.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, the S25 Ultra still pulled ahead for definition at longer ranges, like 10x, and definitely at 40x.
Okay. What about the front camera? Anything new there?
Yeah, something pretty cool, actually. It's an 18-megapixel center stage camera, but it has a square sensor.
Square. Why?
So it can automatically take landscape shots if there are multiple people in the frame without you needing to physically turn the phone sideways.
Oh, that's clever. Like for group selfies.
Exactly. And low light performance seems improved compared to Samsung this year, too. Better night shots.
Nice.
And for the video folks, the Pro Max gets some serious upgrades. ProRes RAW support.
For the pro editors, right. More flexibility.
Exactly. And Genlock support, which is big for syncing multiple cameras in a professional shoot. But maybe the coolest thing for creators is dual capture. You can record video from the front and rear cameras at the same time.
Whoa, picture-in-picture style.
Yeah, or side by side. Great for reaction videos, interviews, that kind of thing. Super useful.
Okay, so the Pro phones are packed, but Apple also launched an Air.
Sure.
An iPhone Air.
They did, and it's positioned completely differently. It's Apple's thinnest iPhone yet.
How thin are we talking?
Just 5.6 millimeters, and it weighs only 5.8 ounces. It feels kind of crazy light in the hand.
Well, like super sleek, aimed at people who just want thin and light above all else.
Pretty much. It's an engineering marvel for aesthetics and portability.
But thin usually means compromises, right?
Yeah.
Is it fragile? Bendgate 2.0?
You'd think so, but surprisingly no. It actually survived a 130-pound bend test without permanent damage. Pretty impressive for how thin it is.
Okay, good. But what are the trade-offs then?
Well, cameras are the big one. You get a single 48-megapixel fusion camera. It's good, but no dedicated ultra-wide or telephoto like the Pros. Digital zoom only.
Right. And battery?
Battery life is decent, actually. 19 hours and 15 minutes in testing, but that's still several hours less than the other iPhone 17 models. And maybe the biggest letdown for some. A single bottom-firing speaker. No stereo sound from the phone itself.
Ooh, yeah, that's a bummer for watching videos or listening to music without headphones.
Definitely takes away from the immersion. So, yeah, beautifully thin, but you lose some key features.
So it really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looking at the Pro Max, the Pro, the Air, what do you actually need? Max power and features? Or is that super slim, lightweight design the top priority?
Exactly. Apple's giving you very distinct choices this year. You gotta weigh what matters most for your daily use.
Okay, fascinating stuff on the hardware. Let's transition over to the software side. iOS 26, what's new there?
Quite a bit, actually. Visually, there's a new liquid glass design aesthetic across the system.
Liquid glass sounds slick.
Yeah, it's meant to look sleek. More lock screen customization options, too. And some handy new features.
Like what?
Call screening to help block spam calls before they even ring. Hold assist, which can kind of wait on hold for you and notify you when a person comes on the line.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah. And live translation is now built into messages, phone calls, and FaceTime. Plus, more ways to customize CarPlay.
Lots of good stuff. Any downsides? Updates can sometimes be tricky.
True. And there have been some complaints sort of piling up. That liquid glass look, it's proving a bit divisive.
How so?
Some people find it cool and modern. Others find the glowing effect on dark mode icons a little dizzying or blurry almost.
Okay. Subjective, I guess.
Very subjective. Also, the usual temporary hiccups after a major update, some reports of slightly worse battery life or performance right after installing. Apple usually fixes those with follow-up patches, though.
Right, the point one release.
Exactly. Oh, and a minor thing, but some find the keyboard looks inconsistent between different apps now,
Yeah.
and that digital US passport support they talked about got delayed.
Bummer.
Yeah. And for folks with older phones, maybe like an iPhone 11, performance seems a bit mixed after the update. Some find it fine, others notice some lag.
So the advice might be, maybe wait a little bit if you're not eager.
Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with iOS 18, it still gets security updates. There's no massive rush to jump to iOS 26 right away if you're hesitant or have an older device. You can safely wait for the dust to settle.
Good advice. Okay, let's pivot to the MacBooks. Apple's silicon transition has been pretty amazing, right? And now we have M4 chips.
Yeah, the M series chips have been game changers. The M4 MacBook Air is out now in both 15-inch and 13-inch sizes.
And they're kind of the go-to for most people.
Absolutely. The 15-inch, starting around $1,199, is probably the best all-around Mac for most users. Great power, great value, totally silent because it's fanless. It's like 52% faster than the original M1 Air.
Wow.
And the 13-inch M4 Air, starting at $999, is just super portable, perfect for students or anyone who's always on the move.
Solid options. But what about the pro users, the creatives, the developers?
That's where the M4 MacBook Pro lineup comes in. They really step things up.
Okay.
You've got the 14-inch M4 Pro starting around $599, and the big 16-inch M4 Pro starting around $2,249.
And what do you get for that extra cash,
Yeah.
besides the M4 Pro chip, obviously?
You get much brighter, smoother, 120 hertz mini LED displays, incredible contrast in color.
Mini LED. Yeah, those look amazing.
They really do. You also get better ports, HDMI, an SD card slot, faster Thunderbolt 5 ports, and critically, they have fans.
For better sustained performance, like the iPhone.
Exactly. They can run harder for longer without throttling, which is crucial for demanding creative workflows. The 16-inch M4 Pro especially is just unbelievably fast. Fastest laptop we've ever tested.
Really?
Yeah, Geekbench 6, multi-core score over 22,000. And the battery life is also best in class, almost 21 hours.
21 hours. Good grief. That's incredible.
It really empowers those high-end users who need maximum performance and endurance.
Okay, so the current MacBooks are clearly powerhouses.
Yeah.
But there's a really interesting rumor floating around about the future, isn't there?
Yes. The touchscreen MacBook rumor.
Tell me about it, analyst Min-Chi Kuo is saying.
He's reporting that Apple is planning an OLED touchscreen MacBook Pro, expected to hit mass production late 2026, maybe launch in 2027.
A touchscreen Mac.
Yeah.
But Apple has always said no to that, right? Keep touch on the iPad.
They have. Historically very resistant. Steve Jobs famously wasn't a fan of the idea for laptops, so this would be a huge strategy shift.
Why now, do you think?
Well, Kuo suggests Apple sees potential based on iPad usage. They think touch could actually improve productivity or the user experience in certain scenarios on a Mac.
Blurring the lines with the iPad, then.
Definitely blurring the lines. Mark Gurman at Bloomberg also expects future iPads and Macs to eventually get touchscreens and maybe even run the same apps. Potential convergence.
Wow.
Huh.
But would it actually be useful? I mean, reaching up to touch a laptop screen. I've used Windows Touch laptops. Okay, sometimes.
That's the big debate, isn't it? How useful is it really on a traditional laptop form factor? My experience is similar to yours, sometimes handy, but often not essential. It'll be really interesting to see how Apple implements it. Do they find a way to make it truly compelling, or is it just another feature?
Yeah, implementation will be key. Fascinating stuff to think about. So, wow, we've covered a ton today. From these incredibly powerful, long-lasting iPhone 17s to the super capable M4 MacBooks and this potential hint at a touchscreen Mac future. A lot happening in the Apple world. So what does all this mean for you? It really seems like Apple is pushing hard on multiple fronts. You've got raw power and durability in the phones, amazing performance in the laptops, and maybe this blending of experiences coming down the line. It kind of raises an interesting question, doesn't it? As our devices get more and more versatile, trying to do everything, how much do you personally value specialization in a tool versus that all-in-one experience? Is there a point where a device tries to do too much and maybe loses what made it great in the first place? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.